Good morning, friends, and welcome to a Hasty Podcast. You're listening to a Hasty Podcast with your host, Weston Hasty. That's me. Hello, everybody. Welcome to what is likely to be a shorter episode than typical. Hey, listen, happy Easter, everybody. I gotta get this. I gotta get a podcast cranked out, man. It's been too long. I've got to put a stop to it now. I was holding my mug up. I've got my Hasty Podcast mug. Get yours at magicmanmo.com. I need to get an actual store link set up at westonhasty.com, westonhasty.com /store or something. Is that actually? Did I set that up? Did I ever? You know what? Live on. God, I lose track of what I have done and haven't done on my to-do list so many times. I'm gonna go to my own website to see what happens here. westonhasty.com/store. Did I ever set that as a... Nope, that's not a thing. I didn't think it was. I wanted to try to get that to set up to redirect to my store. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I need to update my website in general, honestly. It could use a bit of an overhaul. It's been a while since I last updated the look to it. Updated the information on it. I update stuff, my links and stuff, but I need to update the look or something. I'll mess with that. That's neither here nor there. Welcome to my podcast, everybody. The every now and again podcast where I talk about whatever happens to be on my mind at any given time. Today, I don't know how I'm going to fill out an episode talking about this, but this is something that keeps popping up on my Facebook. And did I see it somewhere else too? I feel like I may have seen it on my Instagram, which same thing, right? Instagram's owned by Facebook. I think that maybe is where I saw it first. Tell me, have any of you seen this advertisement for Pear Ring? That's what I want. That's what I want to know. That's what we're talking about today. Usually we're talking about video games or movies, or I guess we just talk about my life a lot too. Pear Ring. All one word. I think it's pearring.com, not dot something else. Hang on, I wonder. It looks like a scam. But I've seen so many ads for it myself, which is probably because it's a dating thing. All right. So pearring.com is not a thing. Was it pearring dot... Hang on. I'm trying to look this up. Pearring something. Not gov for sure. It's .co. Okay, pearring.co. Okay. You click on it. And it immediately, if you go to the website, it just looks like a scam. It immediately tells me my location is set to United States. It's I'm aware. And then there's a pop-up about how many people are using the website at the moment. What is that? 83. I'm looking at it now. 83,500 people have recently viewed this product. I have my doubts about that. But then again, there are a lot of ads, I guess, out there. Maybe people are checking on it. The first thing that comes up. Oh, look. Amy S. from Guildford, United Kingdom bought this product. Again, I have my doubts. It says 2 minutes ago. I'm getting these pop-ups in the corner of the website. Anywho, the first thing that comes up is this spinning little "Are you single?" question, floating around. It's like a circular. The questions repeat: Are you single? Are you single? Are you single? Rotating around the Pear sort of logo. And you can say yes or no. Actually, I don't know. What happens if I say no? If you click no, this is a product just for single people who are in a position to meet other people. So it won't let you on the site if you say no. It reminds me of, I think they still do that on some alcohol websites. I don't know, different liquors or beers or whatever, where they ask you if you're 21. And if you click no, they won't let you onto their website or whatever. And if you say yes, then they'll let you on. Something like that. That's what it reminds me of. Very exclusive, very exclusive. I feel like I'm doing something illegal, but I am single, so I can click yes. And it brings you to this website that, again, looks like a giant scam because there's this floating banner at the top of the website. 91% sold out. Free shipping worldwide. The experiment is live in US, GB, DE, CA, AU, IN. I don't know where most of those places are. US, I assume, is the United States. I don't know what CA. Oh, CA must be Canada. I was about to say, it's the only CA I can think of is California, typically. Typical American over here. I'm like, California is a separate country from the United States. No, Canada, I'm sure. United States, GB's probably Great Britain. What's DE? Delaware. Denmark. I don't know, actually. AU, I assume, is Australia. IN is probably like what? Like India or something? What is DE? I have no idea. But anyway, I have my doubts that it's 91% sold out. That or no one's bought any in the last like week. I've been coming back to this website because it is an interesting idea. We're gonna break this down. We're talking about this is not sponsored by them, by the way. This is just an interesting idea to me, and I'm fascinated. So it's the world's biggest social experiment, is what it says. Single, introducing pair. There's like this little like degree symbol or like little circle or whatever next to the pair word. I don't know how to pronounce. I'm just gonna ignore it. I'm just gonna call it pair. Pair. It's like pair degree or something. Single, introducing pair. The in real life social experiment world by. Is that even a sentence? Introducing pair. The in real life social experiment world by storm. What does that even mean? Like that's not English. Live in USA, UK, Germany, Canada, Australia. Oh, DE must be Germany. Is that like Dutch or something? I don't know. Hashtag not a dating app is what it says. And it is not a dating app. There's no app. Not that I'm aware of. All right. There's 2 buttons. One of them is crossed out and you can't click on it. It says first release sold out and it's like scratched off. Second release ending soon. It's been ending soon for a little over a week now since I first discovered this. So again, I think it's a scam, but let me continue. You scroll down and you've got a quote from Vogue, probably taken wildly out of context. 76% of people are open to being chatted up in real life. All right. You scroll down. You've got this like floating banner again. This is not a dating app. It's a ring that is worn to identify who's single and open to conversation IRL. And then it's got like a little pear emoji. And this is the thing that actually caught my attention. This is like the hook, right? That caught my attention. And if you scroll down a little bit, you've got one ring worn by every single person. Which makes it sound like every person, but no, every single person. Pair makes it easy to know who is single around you. A small, subtle ring that makes a big statement. You've got this like photo of a pretty androgynous. I think that's a chick. That looks like maybe part of a crop top or something. I'm not sure what I'm looking at in this logo. I'm clueless when it comes to fashion. That's got to be girl pants. Anyway. Just a close-up of basically her like belt line because she's got like her thumb in her pocket or something, and you can see her hand, and she's got this like green ring on her middle finger, right? I don't know why I went into such detail with what this photo is, but she's got this like sort of mint green band around her middle finger. Let me scroll down some more. Wear a pair wherever you go, in a bar, on a train, at the gym, on vacation. It started to sound like it was gonna rhyme, like Dr. Seuss or something. At your friend's wedding, in a restaurant, walking to work, connecting the world without filters and apps. You've got another image of like a bunch of tabloids talking about dating fatigue or something. It's just like Glamour, I think that's Timeline, bunch of random Cosmopolitan, whatever. And you scroll down some more, pair. $26, one-off payment to participate. 100% of profits go towards growing the social experiment around the world. This is not a subscription, just a one-off participation fee to join the experiment. Live in USA, UK, Germany, Canada, Australia. Pair can be worn on any finger you choose. Ring holders will be issued a unique membership number. Get invited to Pair Fest. Plus, get access to exclusive free events in your city. I have a hard time believing that my city that I live in has exclusive pair ring events happening anytime soon. I have a hard time believing that. And then, again, you have the 2 buttons about first release, second release. And then you've got some FAQs. But this is the thing. I like that you scroll down some more. Billions of singles will be wearing this ring. Hinge, Bumble, Tinder, Pair will take it from here. I don't know. That just sounded like they were using buzzwords. Anyway, I thought it was an interesting idea. I still am not 100% sure whether or not it's a scam. I tried to do some Googling around to see if anyone's like actually participated in this. I was struggling to find information. If you just try to Google like pair ring, you get like just like traditional rings that are like pear shaped or whatever. I guess like pear shaped rings are a thing as opposed to like a square cut or whatever. I don't wear a ton of rings. I don't know a lot about the fashion world or anything like that, but you get a lot of that stuff. It's hard to find a lot of information on this, but I like the idea. I don't know if they'll just steal your money or not. I kind of feel like they'll probably send you money, but I also don't know if they'll steal your credit card information. I don't know if this is a scam, but anyway, it just feels like it. Like, you know, fast cash, like they're trying to grab your money and run. Like, basically, because the ring isn't like metal. I forget, if you click join the experiment, I think is where I saw this, because that's where you go to like actually purchase the ring. But I think there's like a ring sizing chart somewhere, and then it tells you to like not worry too much, like too much about it, because it's like I don't know if it's like nylon or, hang on, I'm trying to look for, I don't remember what material they said it was made out of, but no, I'm just clicking buttons now. But whatever the material is a little bit flexible, so if you don't like nail it right on the head, they have a sizing chart so that you can kind of like compare like a ring you might own to like their chart or whatever, and you can kind of size it from there yourself, especially depending on maybe which finger you want to put it on. Like I said, the image I have here, someone's got it on their middle finger, whatever. I think it'd be kind of fun to, like, yeah, middle finger ring sounds about right, or maybe like, I don't know, pinky or something. my little mint green rubber band nylon ring, whatever this is. But it's a funny idea. I saw this advertisement somewhere on Facebook, I think. One of the things I always like to do on advertisements on like Facebook, Instagram, whatever, I don't know if Instagram allows this or not, is I like to read the comments on advertisements. I do this on Twitter too. Like if you see a sponsor, what's it called? Sponsored proposed? I don't remember what they call their ads. But promoted, that's what it is. You see a promoted post, and then you go down to the comments and read them. And some of them are really funny because some people just go over the top, like, why am I seeing this ad? I hate ads, rattle. It's like, welcome to the internet. Everything runs on ads. But anyway, I saw a very nerdy comment. Amulet of Mara? Question mark? Sort of like, this idea was clearly stolen from like Skyrim, right? In Skyrim, the video game, you can wear this amulet. It's a necklace, the Amulet of Mara. And Mara is like the goddess of like love or something in the Elder Scrolls. I forget the exact details. It's been a while since I've been good at Elder Scrolls lore. But you can wear it around, and if there are eligible romance companions in the game, if you're wearing the amulet, they'll try to like basically marry you. Like, oh, I see you're wearing an Amulet of Mara, and you're the Dragonborn. I think we should go get married or whatever. So again, it's like you wear this amulet and people recognize, oh, I'm single and I'm looking to mingle. So same thing with this pair ring, right? I kind of like the idea that you can wear this like ring and just, it's the exact opposite of like an engagement or wedding ring, right? You wear a wedding ring on your ring finger, left ring finger, I think, right? I don't know. Whatever, I'm not married. And you wear that ring to symbolize like, hey, I'm taken, right? Like, I'm off the market. This band represents matrimony and like whatever. You can talk about representation all you like, but I also like the idea of having the opposite of that. Like, okay, I can wear this other ring maybe on a different finger that a lot of people are wearing the same kind of ring, so you know what it means. Like, you can wear all kinds of jewelry and it can mean something to you. Art and fashion are unique to the individual, but if everyone had this like one thing, like this pair ring, where it's like everybody wore this one thing that symbolized the same thing to everybody, wouldn't that be kind of interesting? Now, it could also be equally terrifying. I can only imagine wearing a ring that screams, hey, I'm single, and then you're getting hit up by people you are not interested in, and maybe that makes it a little bit more awkward, like public conversations with like randos on the street or something like that. You're not, just because you're wearing this single ring doesn't necessarily mean you want to just talk to anybody, or anybody can just come up and start talking to you, right? But then again, you could just not wear it. If you're feeling social, like maybe you're going out and you're like, I'm gonna go hit the bar and try to meet new people or whatever, you know, whatever event, maybe you're going to a concert or whatever, you're trying to talk to people, then you can put on the ring and maybe you'll run into other people of like mind to you. I think it's a really funny concept. And I guess having played like Skyrim, like I said, Skyrim, I've played that years ago. didn't really give it any thought, because in a video game setting, the Amulet of Mara, I knew it existed, right? But in a video game setting, I'm like, oh, well, this is just like an in-game way of making romance options available, but not in your face, right? Like, you don't have to, every single character you meet, you don't just start running down the romance dialogue tree or whatever. Like in, I don't know, Fallout 4 or whatever, where you just start romancing freaking everybody. Like, I don't remember any of the characters' names other than Preston Garvey, my man Preston Garvey. Harvey? Garvey. It's Preston. Is it Garvey or Harvey? I think it's Garvey, right? Am I making that up? I said that's the only one I remember. My man, I forgot your name. What's the newspaper chick's name? All I can remember is she calls you Blue in the game. Hey, Blue. Blue. I think there's a robot called like Marie or Mary or something. I think she's named after Marie Curie. I think what was the name of the super mutant? Strong. The names are coming to me. I don't know. This is a side tangent. Anyway, I'm just nerding out. But anyway, in those games, and like in that game, you have dialogue options or whatever, and occasionally they talk to you, and you can kind of pursue a friendly or romantic relationship more organically. But in Skyrim, for some reason, it's less organic. You just flop an amulet on, and it's like, aha! Now I'm looking to marry people. I don't know. I remember that game having that mechanic, but I never really stopped to think about it existing in real life. And I'm fascinated by the idea. I kind of want to get this ring, but I'm just not sold on whether or not it's a massive scam. Also, I guess you could just make your own, right? Mint green ring from somewhere, probably maybe for cheaper than the $26. It is free shipping, but I can't imagine if this, like, the quality of this material. I'm just not convinced. I need further research. Someone out there, let me know. Because I'm a single guy, and I don't really think that this pair ring would necessarily work for me. But I do kind of like the idea, and I weirdly appreciate I'm going to say I appreciate what they're going for here, assuming it's not a scam and they're just trying to take your money, and that's what they're going for. Like, what kind of cheap crap can I sell? Because I'm sure it probably arrives, because it's just a tiny ring, right? And it comes with a membership number. I'm sure it gets delivered in like an envelope, right? So the postage is probably extremely cheap. That's why it's free shipping. It's like, well, yeah, no, duh. You're probably shipping it in an envelope that costs you less than $1, or maybe $1, whatever. It's a $26 ring. If you're manufacturing the ring for like $5 in some sort of factory somewhere, you know what I mean? Like, there's probably a lot of markup here. And I am curious whether or not this Pear Fest is real, because that's also really interesting to me. That it's not a subscription, is what it says, right? So I can't imagine there would ever be like more than one Pear Fest ever, because eventually you're gonna reach an upper limit to how many rings you're gonna sell, and that's why I think this is just fast cash, like fly by night like situation, right? You're gonna sell X number of rings, and then eventually the sales are gonna go down, which means there's no more money coming in, which means how are you gonna afford to put on Pear Fest? And how many cities around the world are there realistically? There might be one Pear Fest in like New York City in an exhibit room somewhere, or like in somewhere in London or something, like just in a room. Because probably not very many people are going to show up. Because probably not very many people are buying this pair ring. But I like the idea, because in theory, it would be an event where just a bunch of random singles show up and maybe meet each other, and maybe that goes somewhere from there. It's kind of like a blind dating situation, right? But with this like club mentality. It's like a secret club, like an underground, like, ooh, I'm a part of this cult, of the singles cult that the ultimate objective is actually to get out of. The ultimate objective is to no longer be single, I assume. Assuming that you're not just like celebrating the single lifestyle. Like, I just went to meet other singles because I like being single and I like having single friends. Assuming it's not like the singles cult. But anyway, That's literally what I wanted to talk about, is this fascination with this. And whether or not it's a scam. I don't know. I kind of hope it's not. I kind of want to buy one. I kind of want to buy one and do like in a year from now or something like that, or have like updates along the way and tell you if like I run into people with this ring. It is definitely something where I'm going to be on the lookout now. If I see somebody wearing this ring, I am definitely going to bring it up on the podcast and say, hey, you'll never guess, I actually found someone wearing this ring out in the wild. I'm so tempted. I wish I knew more about the singles festival, Pear Fest, too, especially if I knew that there was one being held like close. Like, if I could verify the location and try to figure out, like, exactly whether or not this is legitimate, then I could be like, because, like, if Pear Fest, could you imagine if Pear Fest was, like, in Chicago? Because I live in Illinois. That's not a secret. If it was, like, in Chicago, I could just zip up there and, like, go and then talk about it. I don't know. I want to... I don't know why this fascinates me. I would be like a spy. I'd be like, you'd never guess what goes down at these single festivals. You could probably imagine. I like that they call it a festival though, not like a convention, like a singles convention. What if you had a singles festival, right? What would you put on? Would it be live music and at a bar or something like what? I can't. I'm imagining like a convention center. This is not what would happen, surely. I can't imagine this company renting out an entire convention center, like E3 style, rest in peace, or something like that, and people just show up and queue in lines for what, singles merch? I'm imagining like an artist's alley of single artists drawing single people or something. I don't know. What would you do at Single Fest? Like, there would have to be something other than just, all right, we're all gonna get in a massive circle and introduce ourselves and take a compatibility quiz. Everyone gets in a circle. And everyone gets on the phone, opens up like BuzzFeed or whatever, and just starts Googling compatibility quizzes with your neighbors, right? You go around, I was like, okay. Oh, or even you could have astrology stuff. Like, I'm a Cancer, I'm a Virgo, I'm a Libra, I'm a Scorpio, all that stuff. And figure out who's the who's who. Maybe everyone can do like palm readings. Everyone could do like random fortune. Oh, they could have a fortune teller. But instead of like fortunes, like a psychic reading. A psychic reading. I've seen advertisements for that too. I think that would be really fun on Facebook. Actually, I don't know why I didn't think of this. I just thought about it now. Occasionally I get advertisements on Facebook about psychic readings. Like, in 15 minutes, I'll draw your soulmate or something like that. That would be actually really fun for YouTube, to do like a YouTube video on that. It's all crap. The problem with me is like it's just expensive. Probably I don't know the price on that stuff, but it's a psychic read. Well, it's got to be a scam, so it can't be that expensive. I'm just afraid of punching in my credit card information into a sketchy website. That's all I'm concerned about. Like, I wouldn't, like this pair ring, I wouldn't necessarily miss the $26. Like, I can eat that price, right? Like, I'm okay. I'm not broke. I could do that just for the experiment, just for the experience. Look, I don't have a lot of hobbies. I'm typically pretty frugal with my money. I'm okay with that. Even with the psychic reading, if it was like, I don't know, $20 or something, $40, I don't know. I'm tempted. I kind of want to open up. If I open up Facebook right now and just scroll just for a few seconds live on air, we'll see if we can Google this price real quick. I just want to see if I get an ad. As soon as I open up Facebook, the first ad that pops up is for the pair ring. But then again, I literally have the website on, and cookies, and Facebook is definitely spying on me, so that's just definitely a thing. I'm not seeing an immediate ad. I've got Reels, I've got Sarah's Scribbles. I love it when Sarah's Scribbles comes on my Facebook. That's just that's a cartoonist. Stitch Fix Men. Every now and again I get these advertisements for like boxed fashion. You subscribe and they send you like clothes every month or whatever for exorbitant prices, but it's supposed to be really fashionable. No, I'm not seeing an immediate ad for the psychic reading thing. Okay, now I have to like make a mental note to try to look into this and try to maybe look into whether or not, especially if they draw it, right? If they draw your soulmate, at least I would have the drawing. I assume I would get to keep the drawing, and that would be something to share and put on like Twitter or whatever, like, this is the person I'm looking for, like a police sketch of like someone who committed a crime or something. I'm looking for this woman or this man. I don't know what they're gonna draw. I don't know what vibes I would give off to a psychic. I don't know what they're gonna think. Do I look like I'm a man with a plan? Because I'm not. Anyway, I'm scrolling through Facebook now. Anyway, I'll close that down. We can't be doing that. I'm live on air. And by live on air, I mean I'm not live. I'm recording, and I'm not on the air. I'm on the internet. You don't do on air if you're not like radio. This is not being broadcasted over the radio waves, the cosmic waves. We're gonna beam this cosmic waves straight into your brain. That's the ultimate future of podcasts, obviously, because we're all gonna have internet chips in our brains, and it's gonna be beamed to your brain directly. Podcast, more like braincast. Actually, we talked about this a little bit in the last episode too, about like what even are podcasts anymore. Is YouTube and Twitch a podcasting platform technically? Aren't long videos with a lot of talking just podcasts? Where does it stop? What does it mean? All right, I'm going a little bit off the rails, but that's honestly just, I'm going off the rails. That's what I got for you guys today. Thank you for listening to a Hasty Podcast. Shorter episode today. I'm trying to maybe think about shorter podcasts, but more frequently. That's what we used to do back in the OG days of Hasty Podcast. They were daily back then for a little while. That was probably honestly like my heyday. I think I peaked in the beginning because it was regular daily content. I was pretty passionate about it back then. I can't believe that was like 2 years, 2, 3? How many years ago was it that I actually started this? Anyway, thank you for listening to a Hasty Podcast. Go to magicmanmode.com, buy yourself a Hasty Podcast mug. I think I've got other drinkware as well, including a pint glass, a stainless steel water bottle. I've got a wine tumbler. magicmanmode.com for some Hasty Podcast merch. Follow me on Twitter at Weston Hasty or Instagram at Weston Hasty. TikTok at Weston Hasty. These aren't really necessarily podcast related things. Those are just my things. WestonHasty.com. It's my website. Go to that. Check that out. I don't know. I've been Weston Hasty. If you couldn't tell, you've been listening to a Hasty Podcast. Thanks for listening. Bye.